Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Valdez and I am the Communications Coordinator for Washington Street United Methodist Church. Today I'm here to bring you a brief yet hopefully informative tutorial on how to use our Realm system. Realm is a database of all of our members and staff for the church, but there are a variety of features that not only staff members can get a lot of use out of, but you as a member can also get some use out of this. And we've heard from some of our congregation that people don't understand Realm, or some people don't even know that it exists. So I wanted to make this tutorial to show you how useful Realm can be in your daily life within the church. So once you get logged in, you'll first appear on the News tab. This isn't a comprehensive list of all of the events we have on our calendar, but these are the ones that have been pushed out via posts. Pretty infrequent. We have one from February, then we have one from June. So these are just ones where we want to make people more aware. And so we'll push these out, which will also send an email out, which I'll talk about more in a bit. But if you'd like to see everything that we currently have on our calendar, you can go over to the sidebar and click on the Events tab, which is the third option from the top. So initially on the Events tab, what you'll see here is it says upcoming events, and it's just today's date. So today's September 2nd, so it's just showing all of the events we have going on today. But let's say you want to see the next week or month. You would click on All Events. And from here, you see the events we have today, tomorrow, Friday, and so on and so on. And the more you scroll down, the more this will update. But we've got a lot of events on the calendar, and so it can get pretty tricky trying to find what you need just by scrolling through months and months and months worth of events. So to make it a little bit easier, you can come up here to find events and either search it by name, or you can come down here and filter it with all these different options. So let's say, I want to see when the next reading club is. So you type in reading club. And there you go, you have the next 4 dates for Reading Club. Or you might want to know when Disciple 1 has their meetings, so you can look up Disciple 1, and it shows you the next few, but because there's so many on the calendar, it's not going to show it all, and you would just come down here to show all results, and this will show you a list of everything that they currently have on the calendar. So once you've found the event that you're interested in, you'll just click on it, and it'll bring you to this information page where you can add the event to your calendar. You can view their other meeting times, and it'll show you if it's an event happening outside of the church. You'll probably need this to show you where to go, but most of the events on our calendar will be held at the church. Back over on our sidebar, I'm going to click on the option that I skipped previously, Communications. This tab is a great resource for when you need to contact a fellow church member, but you don't have access to their contact information. We'll come back to the Inbox tab, but we're going to start by clicking on Chat. If you've ever sent a direct message using Facebook, Instagram, or any other social media platform, this page probably looks very familiar to you. Just like those other websites, this page can be used to send new messages to people and keep track of previous messages. To send a new message, all you have to do is click on this blue button, and it'll give you a little text box. So who do we want to send this to? Well, just to keep it easy, let's say you want to send a message to Reverend Becky. You would look her up. When you look up somebody, it'll show their full name and it'll show their profile picture just to let you confirm that you are indeed messaging the correct person. So boom, you would just click on that and just say, hey, Reverend Becky, I'm recording the Realm tutorial and am showing this as an example. You can also use this paperclip icon in the corner to include a file or image attachment with your message, and right next to it, you can use the smiley face button to include an emoji. And then once you're ready, you would just hit send, and there you go. It's that simple to message someone over Realm as long as you know the recipient's name. Now, if you click on Inbox, you'll be taken to a list of messages that you've received from any group that you're signed up for on Realm. For example, I am the leader of the Digital Advocate group, so I'm the one who sends out the digital copies of the Advocate to everyone signed up. And so both of these messages were actually sent by me, but because I'm a member of that group, it's alerting me saying, hey, because you're a member of this group, the SC Methodist Advocate Digital Distribution, this message was sent out to everybody. And finally, if you click on History, this will show you a history of both any private messages you've sent between you and another person, or a history of any messages that you've received from a group that you're signed up for on Realm. So back over here in the sidebar, we already talked about events, so now we're going to go down to giving. On this page, you can make contributions to the church, set up autopay, and keep track of your contribution history. The first thing you're going to want to do when you enter this page is go over here to Manage Payment Methods, and this will allow you to connect one or several payment methods that your payments will automatically draft from. So once you have that set up, you would just come over here to this blue button that says Give, and you can set up a contribution. You want to give $10, you type in $10. You want to give $100, you type in $100. And then if you want to leave a note, you can leave a little note. And you could even contribute to specific funds like the General Church, Sing Along Messiah, and these other options down here. But you can also give to multiple. So let's say you want to give $100 to the church and you want to give $15 to Sing Along Messiah. You can do that all in one transaction. And not only that, you can set up a payment and you can select the difference between just doing the payment once, or you could set up a recurring payment. So if you want to give $100 a month to the church and $15 a month to Sing Along Messiah, you can set that up here, and you can set the different intervals. So it's a very easy and efficient way to contribute to Washington Street and its various groups. So once you have that set up and you make your first contribution, you can come back to the giving page and see a history of the previous times that you've contributed something to the church. And if you click on the scheduled button, you can see all the scheduled contributions you have coming in the future. Next up on our sidebar is the Groups tab. This is probably one of the most important things that Realm is used for, and the feature that most people watching this are probably interested in. In the Groups section, you can keep track of all of the groups that you're currently a part of. So as you can see here, I am in the Adult Sunday School Leaders group, Church Council, Personnel Staff, the Digital Advocate group, Users with Responsibilities, and Washington Street UMC. And a lot of these are going to be for staff only. You're probably not going to see most of these. If you're a brand new member, you're not going to see anything here. But let's say you want to find a group to be a part of. Well, then you would click on Find Groups, and it'll give you all of our groups sectioned off into different categories. So let's say you want to be a part of a group that works to better both our local community and our church community. You would come to Find Groups, scroll all the way down here to Service, groups that get together to serve the church or community. Click that, and it'll show you all the different small groups that we have that actively contribute to the local community. So let's say you want to become a WELL volunteer. You would just click here, and it will take you to the WELL group page where you can see the group leader, number of active participants, and where you can request to join the group. Now, obviously, sorting through all these groups just to find the one that you want, if you're looking for a specific group, can get a little tedious. But there's a really easy way to find the group you're looking for if you know the name. You can just come up here to the search bar, and I'll show this off more in a little bit, but let's say I want to look for the Young Professionals group. I would just type in Young Professionals, and there you go. And you can just click that, and as you can see here, we've got the leadership, how many participants, and you can request to join. And you know what, this one I've been meaning to request to join anyway, so I'll go ahead and click that, and it'll show you request is pending, and it'll give you a little notification up here that the request was sent. So once your join request has been approved, you'll see your group listed on the Your Groups page. So just to give you an example of what your page might look like, I'll click on the Digital Advocate Distribution group. And as you can see here, you've got a few different options. It'll show you the title of your group. It'll show the activity here of group members. If anybody posts anything, anybody sends out a mass email or a mass message, it'll show up here. You can find a participants list, which will list everybody and allow you to go to their profile and find their contact information. Any relevant files will show up here. You can keep attendance on this page, and this just will show you a little bit more information about it. A group of members who desire a PDF copy of the monthly SC Methodist Advocate. It'll show the leadership person, which in this case is me, and it'll show how many active participants you have. So really great way to keep track of all your groups, get any relevant communication from your groups, and just stay on top of anything you're interested in within the church. The next tab over here is the Serving tab. This is a way to keep track of your availability on days that you can volunteer and just opportunities to volunteer. So right here, you have your skills and interests box. So if you click select skills and interests, it'll give you several options which all tie into one group or another at the church. So me personally, I'm an audiovisual person. I love working with video. I love working with audio. So if I wasn't already employed by the church, I might think, oh, I have interest in audiovisual tech. So I would click that, and there you go. Skills, none, because I haven't selected any of my skills yet, but interests, audio, video tech. And so when you want to sign up to volunteer for something, the leader of the group can look at that and say, oh, this person has a skill in this category or has interest in that category. They would be a great fit for that. And then when you have that updated, you would just come over here to browse serving opportunities. And right now we don't have specific roles in terms of members. It would just be for a team member volunteer. And if you click the team member, you can see all the different groups that are looking for volunteers. So you click team member, I want to volunteer for the Sunday school class leaders. So you would click this, Sam Waldrop is the team leader for Sunday school class leaders. Send him a message, hey, I want to get involved, I want to be a volunteer, and then you can submit your interest over here. The next page I'm going to show you is probably one of the greatest tools that Realm offers, in my opinion, and that is the directory. This directory includes every member of our church as well as every staff member of our church, and is a really great way to get a hold of someone's contact information if you don't have it already. So obviously it would be a lot to try to scroll through this whole list to find the person you want, but you could just come right here to the search bar and look for exactly who you want. So let's just use me as an example. You're trying to find me, you just type in Jacob, and you'll get everybody with that name sorted right here, as long as there's somebody with that name within the church. And you can check with the profile picture. Obviously here as well, as you see, there's another Jacob up here, but down here it says you just because it's my own profile that I'm looking at. But if you were to see this, it would say Jacob Valdez. So you just click on that and it brings you right to my profile. But you don't even have to go to the directory tab to look somebody up on Realm. It's very simple. As soon as you open Realm, you can just come up here to the general search bar and same thing, just type in the name of the person you're looking for. And there I am, Jacob Valdez, click that. And obviously it won't change because I'm already on my profile, but you don't even have to go to the directory tab for that. You can just look it up as soon as you open up Realm. This is actually a perfect transition into talking about how to change the information on your profile. It's very simple to do, but first you're going to need to know how to find your profile. You could just search your name like I just did, or you can go to the top right corner of the page, click on your name, and select Connect. And once you've done that, it'll bring you right to your profile. So here it'll have all the information that you've included into your account, but let's say you want to change that. You would just come up here to Edit Profile, and now you can fill in anything you want here. You could put your address, you can put any sort of phone numbers you have, email, and even your social media accounts. You can include those on your profile as well. There's also a tab up here for personal information, and on this page you can include things like your marital status, any allergies if you're going to any of the events involving food, how you joined the church, any relevant anniversary dates. Just a way for people to get to know you better, but obviously if you're not comfortable with that, you don't have to share any of this information. So back on your profile page, if you come over here to click on Manage Privacy, you can control who can see what on your profile. By default, it's going to be on anyone in the church can see all of your information. And for me, that's fine. I work for the church. I want people to be able to contact me as easily as possible, so I'm fine with sharing my information with them. But you might not be comfortable with that. So you can change permissions in a variety of different ways. So with these 4 options, all of your information will be shared in the same way. So anyone in the church can be able to see it, just leaders of any groups, leaders and group members of groups you're a part of, and then users with permission only. You can specify which users you're comfortable with showing your information to. But down here, you can go to Custom Privacy and make it so each piece of information on your profile has different permissions. So if you're fine with people seeing your phone number, but not okay with people seeing your email, you can change those permissions to fit your comfort level. So now that your profile is all set up, we can look at our notification settings. If you want to adjust any of your notification settings, you would just come over here to your name in the top right corner, click it, and you're going to come down to where it says Notifications and click on Connect. And now you'll see a few different options. Up at the top here, it says where you receive notifications. There will be an option here that says Daily Digest Email, includes newsfeed posts from your groups. So this will be a daily email that you receive from Realm that has any sort of relevant information to any of the groups that you're a part of, including the general church. So typically if anything gets updated on our calendar, you will be sent an email with those updates. If you want to turn this off, very simple. All you have to do is click right here. And if it's gray, that means it's off. If it's blue, that means it's on. Then down here, what notifications you receive, you'll see all of the individual groups that you're a part of. And you can change the notification settings for each individual one. So let's say you're in the adult Sunday school leaders and church council, and let's say you want to receive emails for church council but not adult Sunday school leaders. You just come over here and click this box until these are check marks. And if you don't want to receive emails for these, you just click until they're blank like this. And there you go. Now you'll only receive notifications on the church council and not adult Sunday school leaders. And obviously this will work for any group that you're a part of. And that is going to be the end of this Realm tutorial today. I hope you were able to have some questions answered on how to use Realm more effectively. If you still have any questions left after watching this, I'd be happy to answer it. I'm going to put my email on screen now, jacob@wsmethodist.org. And feel free to email me anytime, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about Realm or anything communications related within the church.